Ladies and gentlemen, we have content. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a hot minute since I posted a video, but we are back with some absolutely groundbreaking content right here. Never before seen tier list content, so let's just jump right into it. We have some EDM genres here, so we're going to be ranking them on how much I like them. And yes, these aren't all the EDM genres, these are just all the ones that I'm familiar enough with that I feel confident ranking them. So if you guys have any other genres that you think I should check out and maybe make a second video with all of your favorite genres, then leave them down in the comments and I will be reading those. So I guess let's just get going with Future Bass. Honestly, Future Bass, easy A tier right here. Like, I wouldn't put it at S because there is definitely one side of Future Bass that is very much the same for every single song. There's a lot of Future Bass that sounds extremely similar, but then you also have to take into account artists like Grant, who just absolutely revolutionized the genre, just making crazy stuff. Grant is one of my all-time favorite artists, and his Future Bass just can't be competed with, so yeah, solid A tier genre. Could be better, but also way better than most genres. We have Future House. Future House is such a broad genre. Like, I know it's a subgenre of a genre, but it's still so, like, broad. There's so many different styles of Future House. I think because it's so diverse, like, it has to be S tier. There's so much of it that I haven't even listened to. Like, there's so many different artists and styles that I'm not even familiar with that I am yet to discover, and I'm discovering like every day, and it's just so dope to see how much different stuff there is in this genre. So yeah, S tier. Piano House, I'm not a fan, honestly. Like, I'm gonna put it in D. It just goes back to that same concept of all of it sounds the same. Like, oh my gosh, the melody's different. That's crazy. It still sounds like every other Piano House track. So for that reason, it's going in D tier. Future Bounce. I used to really like Future Bounce. And if you go and check my Future House playlist on YouTube, like, there's a lot of it that's Future Bounce, probably the majority. And I just don't really listen to it anymore. It kind of grew off me, and I think it's a solid B tier genre, but there's still, again, is a lot of it that sounds very similar. Moombahton. I used to listen to a lot of Moombahton, and I don't anymore. Like, I don't even listen to any of it because it does all sound very similar, but there are some songs that are just too groovy to ignore. So I think I'm gonna throw it up there in B tier. Probably behind Future Bounce, but still gonna be a high B. Phonk is D tier. Phonk is trash. I can't even believe this genre is even kind of popular. I don't think that it is good in any way. Part of it is personal preference. Like, I'm just not a fan of the stereotypical cowbell sound that they use in every single song. But my main complaint with Phonk is that because that cowbell sound is the main element of every track, it's really restricting on what kind of melodies they can use, because a cowbell, that sound is made up of two tonalities. One of them, I think it's like 7 semitones apart, and that can only be played in certain melodies and still sound good, which leads every single song to sound the same, because there's only so many different melodies that you can use, and for that reason, I can't do Phonk. It's so bad. Deep House, that's gonna be an easy A tier. Like, again, like I've said with almost every genre so far, there's a lot of it that sounds the same, but it's just too good. It's too good. There's no arguing that Deep House isn't one of the grooviest genres. Tear Out, I don't listen to dubstep as much as I used to, and Tear Out is probably one of my favorite dubstep genres or subgenres, but in general, dubstep is a little bit lower on the list, so I'm gonna say that Tear Out is gonna be probably above Moombahton, but below Future Bounce. And it's just like super aggressive, so you wouldn't be listening to it all the time. Like, it's kind of a situational genre. If you listen to this all the time, I am afraid of you. But that's all I really have to say about Tear Out. Hardstyle is in a similar boat. I'm actually going to put it right next to Tear Out. It's just a little too aggressive for my liking, but it is good sometimes. Retro Future, that's going to be S tier. I think it's going to go below Future House, but it's, oh my gosh, I don't think I've ever heard a Retro Future song that I didn't immediately love. Like, Nuzb or Nuzb. Can someone leave a comment telling me how to pronounce that? Because I have no idea. But whatever that person is, their music, that guy cannot miss. It is way too good with that retro future style. Oh my gosh. Easily one of my favorite artists of all time. Techno. I've been listening to more techno lately, but it's, I don't know. I'd say it's probably low A or high B. I don't know if I listen to it more than Future Bounce though. I'll put it above Tear Out, but I don't know. It's kind of like Tear Out and Hardstyle where it's situational, but not because it's super aggressive, just because, like, it's, I don't know, it's just not a vibe that I listen to a whole lot. Bass House, S tier. Absolutely S tier. Top of S tier, actually, if I can get it up there, thank you. Bass House is legitimately the best genre. There's so many different styles of bass house, and some people would say it's situational for them, and this is just my personal preference. So if you like totally hate bass house, I'm not gonna attack you. I will judge you though. But bass house is just way too good. Like, Cage is absolutely crazy. Probably one of the biggest inspirations for my bass house. Kirby, just probably one of the best artists of all time, like in all of EDM. And yeah, bass house is just the best. For this one, I just put chill stuff. I don't know, because there's like multiple genres that kind of fall into that category of like just relaxing electronic music. I'm gonna say it's like an A. Again, situational, but when you're in that situation where you just want to relax and listen to something nice, it just hits different. And I've been trying to release stuff like this with my songs Someday and I Think I'll Stay Inside. And those ones are like really fun to make, and I really enjoy those ones. So maybe like you could go listen to them. But yeah, A tier. I wouldn't put it above Deep House, but it's definitely up there. Electro House. I think this is probably going to be like the top of A tier, maybe just under Future Bass for me. Electro House, thinking like Bad Computer. I would say even though Electro House is an S tier, Bad Computer is top of S tier. Probably, in my personal opinion, the best like just artist just ever. Just easily one of the top 3 at least. His newer releases haven't been as good like as of this year. They're still good, like I still listen to them all the time, but like back in the day, like To You by Bad Computer, probably the best song ever composed. Destroy Me, one of my favorite songs of all time. Just absolutely fantastic work, and I hope he doesn't stop. Slap House is gonna be a C for me. Like, all sounds the same. I've explained this multiple times. I don't think it's as bad as Piano House. Like, there's some Slap House songs that I will listen to, and like if you're in like a car that has good bass and a Slap House song comes on, like that's just a vibe. So it is gonna go in C, but not great Slap House. Tech House, I would say like probably in the middle of Tear Out and Hardstyle. I think a lot of it is really repetitive, which is kind of the point of it. There's people that are really into that. I think it's just like watered down bass house though, and it just doesn't really hit the same. Just not my thing. So yeah, B tier. Trap. What I mean by trap is like EDM trap, not like rap and stuff like that. That stuff is just garbage, scum of the industry. But like EDM trap, I would say probably up there around Future Bass and Electro House. I would put it just below Electro House. tons of good trap songs out there. There's like chill trap that is more closer to the lo-fi spectrum, and then there's like super aggressive like festival trap. Like I'm super into like the early 2010s, probably like 2015 festival trap type stuff. That stuff is just some of my favorite. And yeah, trap is just an all-around great genre. Drum and bass, I really like drum and bass, but I don't listen to it. Like, I don't have any drum and bass in any of my playlists, but like when I hear a good drum and bass song, I'm like, okay, this is a vibe. But then I just don't listen to it ever again. I don't know, like it just doesn't really stick with me like house or future bass does. So I'm gonna put it in like the very bottom of A tier, because I really do vibe with it. It's just I don't listen to it very often. Rhythm. Of all the dubstep that I do listen to, Rhythm is probably the majority. It just slaps you in the face, and I think it's amazing. There is a lot of it that sounds the same. Again, Disciple, like half of the songs you release sometimes kind of all blend together into like one big song, but I mean, it's good. So I'm gonna say I'll put it below deep house but above chill stuff. And finally, color bass. Color bass and like color house are probably some of the most like hyped up genres, and like they're good, but I don't listen to them as much as like other stuff. Like color bass would probably go under rhythm because they're both dubstep, but I just listen to rhythm more. I probably like it around the same level as like chill, relaxing stuff. Like Skybreak's EP, was it like Moonglow? Was that the EP? Something like that. The one with the little blue rabbit going on the crazy adventure in the cave, whatever. That was one of my favorite EPs. Soul Shards, one of my top like probably 10 favorite songs. It's so good, but that's like it. I don't really praise any other good color-based songs, and color house would go hand in hand with this. I just don't listen to it as much as I probably could. I think I'll put it just under chill stuff. So yeah, that's my tier list. If you agree or disagree, go ahead, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys again in the next video. If you see something, say something.